Hello guys and welcome. This is Ninja and here it is, my next video. First of all, I'd like to apologize to all of you for being absent for such a long time. I really did have my own reasons to be absent. Pretty much every single aspect of my life has changed ever since. Yes, I did not have enough time to carry on streaming or recording any videos. But I have managed to try quite a significant amount of online games ever since in the meantime, but none of them really did catch my attention enough to stream it, or I simply didn't play the game long enough to be able to tell you anything useful about it. But here it is. This one actually did. This one did catch my attention enough, and so slightly about the game. The game's called Vindictus, as you can see. It is not a brand new game. It actually is 11 years old. Yes, it came out back in 2010. It first was launched in North America. I think a couple of months later it came out in Europe. However, I don't know why Nexon has decided to do it so, but it's been like that for a while now, and some countries in the world simply have got no access to the game. But there is a solution for that. Solution is called Winscribe. As you can imagine, it is a VPN software which is made for Windows. You have the access for about 10 gigs a week, I think, through their VPN servers, and the list is pretty wide. Also, it's 10 gigs if you register and verify your email address, which is very simple to do, so that is absolutely no trouble. And there it is. You will only need really little amount of data from your VPN subscription just to be able to play the game. So because the only time when you really need the VPN is just to get to this point of a game. After that, you can straight switch it off, and that is it, before pressing start again. So how it works, I would really suggest to turn VPN on before you actually open the launcher, because Nexon has implemented some sort of a new system which actually detects your IP, which compares your IP, the one you're using right now, comparing with the one you used your last time of playing the game. No, actually your last login time, not even the time you play the game. And if it is different, then you're in slight trouble. Then you have to verify your account again. Nexon is sending you an email with a verification code which you have to submit. After that, you have to change your password of the account. Yes, it happens every single time like this. If you are changing your IP address, it is a real pain in the ass, but there is a way to bypass it by simply opening VPN, connecting to exactly the same server you've been using before, just before you launch the game, launch the launcher actually, and then you start the game. It loads on up to this point, and that is it. You switch it off and you're good to go with your own IP address. And I remember back in the day there were slight problems with that. The game actually did check your IP eventually during the gameplay, but it's not doing that anymore, so you guys are good to play if you really want to. So, slightly about the game. The game is being created by Ducat Company, which is an internal studio of Nexon. So, it's actually no company, it's a studio. Company is called Nexon. Initially, the game was called Mabinogi Heroes when it came out in the Far East. Not sure why, but as soon as it came out in North America, it was called Vindictus, and exactly the same. It was published in Europe as well, so there it is. And to be honest, this is the descendant of an old game called Mabinogi, which was launched back in 2004, which was very similar to the old school version of RuneScape game, if some of you actually remembers it. Graphically, it was very similar. Also, the idea of the game was pretty much the same because it was full of content, and the storyline apparently was absolutely great. I have tried it once by myself, very long time ago, but the game was very outdated by that time, and I really couldn't stick to it for much longer to properly educate myself about it. So, enough about that. So, why exactly this game? So, the game actually didn't really reach any serious heights in terms of population. I can pretty much imagine what happened. It's probably down to the publishers, down to the advertising, because I've never really seen any decent advertising regarding this game. Nowhere actually, nowhere. Yes, obviously you can find some videos on YouTube, but that is pretty much it. Also, I have been bringing this topic up in conversations with my old friends, which are still doing some sort of a gaming at some point, and none of them actually knows the game, recognizes it, or has never heard of it. So that is really sad because the game could have been so much better. I mean, the game itself is really good even still. Developers are still coming up with new updates all the time and new events, and which is really great, really great. So it is never too late to jump into it if you really want to try it out. So why you should is because nevertheless the game is that old, the graphics are still surprisingly good. Not just the graphics, the physics of the game, the combat system, the user friendliness. It's incredible. It's incredible. You really should try it if you haven't yet. So the only real downside of the game is there is no actual open map. It's basically towns and instances. That's pretty much it. There is some sort of area in between towns. You can just run from town to town manually if you want, or you can just take a boat or a chariot just to reach another town. They are costly, but not too much. I'm not going to be diving into the gameplay today. Today we're going to limit our video with just character creation. You can see how advanced it is, not just graphically, but character customization is really surprisingly good. And yes, because there is very strong voiceover during the character creation, because there's lots of explanation about each character, even the video is going along with it, so you can actually see what sort of skills can your character use before choosing it. And there is a slight preview in that. Also, apart from that, the game actually offers really great storyline. Storyline's really long. At the moment, there is 4 seasons of the game already out. Characters, when the game was first launched, there were only 2 characters available, which was Land, the swordsman, and Tank, Fiona. So that was really it. Now there is I think 18 characters, if I'm not wrong, or 17. So pretty significant amount. I think another character is on the way actually. So the game just keeps getting better, keeps improving. There are some slight nuances. Developers actually could have just left alone, not been implemented at all, such as fatigue and limitation to the dungeons, to the instances, which in early stage of a game weren't even a thing. Now it is, probably because the content is just, the game is just so rich with the content that people are struggling to find enough players to play the instance together. Even though the instances are limited mainly to 4 people, some to 8, and some even to, I'm not sure if the 20 people raid is still a thing, but I'm gonna have to test it out. It used to be a thing back in the day, was 1 hour long raid for 20 people. Not joking, it was the big time fun. And now it's not anymore, but there are lots of other new raids, far more difficult, also very entertaining and fun. So here it is. Let's move on to the character creation. This account is pretty old. Please do not pay attention to my other characters. Obviously you can if you want to, but I'm gonna quickly skip it over. We're gonna start with a brand new character to see what the game's like.
Lan is a master of the twin sword style. His strength lies in his incredible speed. Lan's second weapons are twin spears. Unlike his twin swords, these weapons can be combined into a single powerful spear. Fiona wields her longsword and shield with grace. She attacks with measured strikes and can finish foes with powerful kicks. Fiona's second weapon is the long hammer. The long hammer is slow and heavy, but every swing can devastate. Evie commands magical forces with her staff and alchemy. She summons blasts of ice and consuming firestorms to destroy her foes. Evie's second weapon is the battle scythe. This is a massive blade designed for versatile strikes. This weapon allows Evie to effortlessly weave together melee and magic attacks. Karok's immense might allows him to wield a battle pillar. This is a slow, massive weapon that deals devastating damage. Karok's second weapon is the cestus. The cestus is a cannon worn like a gauntlet on Karok's right hand. Kai dispatches foes from great range with his bow. This special weapon can be switched between shortbow and longbow modes at will. Kai's second weapon is the crossgun. Equipped with both rapid fire and explosive bolts, the crossgun is ideal for any situation. Vela's twin swords are swift weapons that combine offense and defense. Her incredible attack speed allows her to rip through enemies. Vela's second weapons are twin chain blades. These chains, tipped with razor-sharp blades, are well suited for long-range combat. Herc destroys his foes under the weight of his massive greatsword. He charges headfirst into battle, counting on aggression and raw strength to achieve victory. Herc's second weapon is a pairing of sword and gun called the Teed. This gives Herc the versatility of melee slashes and long-range shots. Lyn is a spearwoman who wields a vicious glaive. Her graceful moves let her dance across the battlefield. Lyn's hit-and-run style is dependent on this agility and the reach of her glaive. Lyn's second weapon is the Battle Shade. Few weapons can match the versatility and sophisticated combinations the Battle Shade offers. Orisha's techniques use both her spellblade and focus. Switching freely between sword strikes and mystical attacks gives Orisha the edge in battle. Orisha's second weapon is the Spell Whip. With this enchanted whip, she lashes her foes from a distance and calls on magic to clear away closer enemies. Silas practices shadowy magics with his Phantom Dagger. Such potent phantasms sow destruction among his foes and grant power to his allies. Delia dictates the flow of battle with her enormous bastard sword. Her attacks require careful timing, but cut down even giant foes. Miri commands draconic powers through her mighty dragon spine. Miri's skills protect her while attacking, covering her brutal advances. As the last remaining Dragon Knight, she calls on powerful magic to become even deadlier. Grimden is a deadly assassin who wields a curved catamatar. He uses his stealth and speed to position himself where he can make the most of his blade. Ira mows down her enemies with her mana revolvers. She can conjure a variety of magical bullets suited for any situation. Belle is a youthful warrior who wields a massive battle axe. Her smashes are split between restorative techniques and powerful attacks. Lethor is an agile, bare-fisted fighter. The crest on her hand grants her the power to manipulate aura and take down her enemies. Kale wields the deadly sword staff. A disgraced knight, he trained to take full advantage of his weapon's impressive reach. When on the offensive, his heavy attacks deal lingering damage to his enemies. As he deals these mighty blows, he gains the ability to unleash devastating counters. His disciplined yet relentless assault through myriad multi-hit attacks and practiced parries makes him a balanced fighter, no matter the challenge.
Right, so we're gonna play with Kale. Normally we eat Kales, but this one's different. Yes, so this character is the newest one out of all of them. I've never actually tried it, but let's give it a go. That's why we're here today. And so, let's begin. So, what exactly can we do here in character customization? Okay, as we can see, it's pretty realistic, you know. Or we can just lock the look on the camera. Yes. Expressions. Well, the face isn't really... Oh, it is changing a little bit. But, yeah. Right, pose. Okay, yeah, not too bad. Yeah, basically ready to swing, as I can see. Alright, we're gonna go with this, I guess. Action. Okay, well, that wasn't too great. Yeah, he's feeling confident. Alright, that's good, that's good. Alright, let's see. So, outfits. This is just a preview. Obviously, we do not own this armor yet, but there is a chance to get one. Same as this one. Even that. And even that. I don't know how this one is better than the previous ones, first two ones, but yeah, there we go. It doesn't matter. This is just a preview because we're not going to receive those armors for free. Right, hairstyles. Right, so here's the thing. The game's actually free to play. Whether it is pay to win or not, it obviously is slightly. There is a market in the game. However, you can't get I would say like superior, like premium items in there at all times. You have to wait for certain events to be able to access them. But here is another way how to get all of the items you need, all of the upgrades you need, is just to simply take a part in the events. Events are really plenty in the game. pretty much every single occasion in the world, such as Christmas, New Year's, Halloween, Easter, and so on and so forth, offers an event in a game. Not just the possibility of the items is changing, but also the towns, the layout in the towns is changing. The cosmetics, obviously lots of cosmetics. This game actually offers you very big customizations in terms of cosmetics. Mainly they are pay to get, but as I said already, events are happening all the time, and you can get and achieve everything for free if you really want it. Obviously it takes slightly more time, but that's alright. That's what gaming's about, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna go with something random. Yeah, well, so as you can see, even such details as eyebrows can be customized, you know. It seems like it could be a bit too much, but in the same time, all of these features are really visible in the game. Even the eye color is visible. You can get like premium eye colors as well, which are not available for the free-to-play players, but still it's not really that necessary. Okay, as it's not quite 18 plus content, so we're good to go. Right, another thing, some classes have gotten access to different sort of customizations. So we're going to just check all the basics. Yet visual changes will not really give anything more than just stat changes, such as strength, agility, which do actually change a lot. From your strength actually depends what sort of objects can you lift, and what sort of items can you equip. Also, your class really determines whether you will be able to wear heavy armor, light or medium. So I think we're good to go. Right. Another thing apart from this, this is not all. There are several customization shops in the game. One is for, let's say, one is to dye the armor. Another one is to dye the costume. So costume is not an armor, but you can choose which part can be visible from which sort of costume, really. You can mix and match as well, so it's pretty good. You can dye even the actual costumes, which are coming from completely different shop. Okay, I'm not sure if it's gonna let me use any spaces. Okay, so it's case sensitive, numbers only, no special characters or spaces. Okay, sadly, so we're gonna go like this. Yes. Okay, so every single character is unique in terms of combos, weapons. Some characters, as you saw in character selection window, can use more than just one weapon. Some of them, which are slightly older, can use even 2 different types Obviously, once you start upgrading it, upgrading is quite costly process in the game, so I would rather recommend to stick to one of the weapons which you choose from the beginning. You obviously can't switch to another one throughout the game in a late game, but that's going to be slightly more costly process. However, the game actually offers you all sorts of help to returning players and to new players. So it's not that you have to start farming everything from scratch. You can if you want to, but it's not really that much necessary. Okay, storyline as well differs quite a lot. I don't actually know what's the storyline for the new characters, but the old ones had there was something about a massive spider attacking the town. There was obviously a reason for that, so there was a massive investigation, but in this case there is a slightly different thing. As you can see, you can follow every single text of the storyline if you want. You can read it. Story is actually pretty interesting and pretty good, but you don't really have to. You can just fast forward everything if you want. You can skip even a paragraph if you want, as you can see. We're not going to go that far. Well, we actually could. And start the prologue. So prologue is more like a trial for to get used to the combat system, to try out the buttons and all that sort of thing. But as I've already mentioned before, the game is actually really user friendly in terms of combat system. You don't need tons of buttons to use on your keyboard, apart from items during the combat, such as potions and special buff items, that sort of thing. Okay, so here it is, the prologue. We could skip it. It lets us skip all the videos in the game, most of them. But we're not going to skip this one. So yes, it looks like we've got the same starting tutorial as the old classes, which is the big spider, which was actually the protector of the town. So there is one like a magician, not really a magician. It's more like a saint of the town, young girl, which is able to communicate with these sort of beasts, and she really claims that the beast is actually peaceful and is not harmful at all. That the beast had its own reasons to act like this, to attack the town, because somebody has massively disturbed it in some sort of a violent way. And that's why we're here, to find it out. We're going to join as a rookie. We're going to join the local army and going to help them out.
Let us handle this. Reload, ballista. Reload!
So as you see, they're not quite convinced with TV Oracle. So she's an Oracle, yeah. So they're not quite convinced because they're obviously military figures. They don't really care much of superstition and that sort of thing, you know, paranormal things, despite all the things that are going around, you know.
All right.
What's going on around them.
But I go with you. Merrick, grab some men and follow.
So they're gonna try a rather radical approach to the situation to resolve it. So they're gonna try to shoot the beast down. Ah, here it is. This is us. Walking behind the captain. Right, the spider is quite big. We wouldn't like to face one in the real life, I suppose. Probably slightly too big for a realistic one. So we're investigating the tower where the beast has climbed up to see if there is anything suspicious going on. Why exactly that spider is over here. And it looks like we've got the first clue. Fomorian emblem. So Fomors, that is a different race. I wouldn't say it's a humanoid. It's yes, they walk on two, but they do not speak human language. So they're rather slightly more intellectual beasts. So, normal attacks. Okay, we've got slight lag as the game's still loaded in apparently. So, try rapidly right clicking to block. Okay, rapidly right clicking is a block in situations. So spacebar is dodge. Oh, that's a pretty fancy dodge. Nice. As you can see, the combat system is really fast-paced and very fluent, and the combat is very much dependent on the order of the buttons you're pressing. Mainly you're using just mouse button 1, mouse button 2. Also spacebar for the dodge. It says for the defend as well. Not sure which class does defend on that. So alt button is to get the cursor out, so we can actually whoops, we've got some dust coming off the ceiling. Okay, so the graphics, I would say quite realistic. In all fairness, I'm not playing on the highest possible graphics. Please keep that in mind. The lowest ones are really horrible as I've seen, but it is possible to play on really low-end computers as well. If you still would like to enjoy the game, play the game, I mean, a slightly less enjoyment, because the game is graphically, it is a blast. It is a blast, really. I would recommend to go as high as your computer can. Okay, it does not let me get to any options at the moment because we are in Prologue. Okay, so let's carry on with that and see how we do. So shift is run. Shift is run. Okay, so we do have some sort of combos. Okay, so what is this? Use mouse to control your camera. Okay, well that is quite obvious. Shift plus forward is oh, it says twice. Okay, so that is basically an alternative, I suppose. Okay, let's keep moving up. Up the tower, spacebar plus. Okay, so that's a pretty nice dodge, to be honest. Also, oh, there it is. There is a rapid attack following after the dodge. On the left mouse button, I suppose you can. Yes, you can even continue the combo if you want. There's all sorts of combos. You can't really tell much of difference at the moment because we don't really have much learned in our skill window. The skill window is very advanced as well. Every single skill is upgradable, even the passive ones, and even the visual way of using this skill. Everything's changing, you know, not just the damage. For some skills, from my own experience, even the way you use the skill is changing. The buffs and everything else the skill is granting you may change as well. Okay, so as you can see, it is a slightly sandbox type of game as well, because you can destroy the environment and you can physically use the you can use the items, not all of them as you can see, but there are items you can actually use. You can even take the weapons of your foes and use them as well. Okay, so she's just suddenly full Neil. I hope it's not my worst guess, which would be COVID-19. you know, which is a very popular thing nowadays, but it looks like I'm gonna have to fight like this. That's not gonna be easy. What we've got, we've simply got a kick. I can actually, oh, Jesus Christ, I can actually put her down. Well, that was not a nice gesture. Okay, Jesus Christ, she's on. She almost fell through the planks, through the floor. That would be a devastating end of the prologue. We're gonna try to move on as we are with just kicks. Okay, so there was actually no one to attack. So broom, I'm pretty certain that the broom can actually be picked up. Yes, yes indeed. Now, do we sweep? Oh, we can't sweep her away. So there's two types of attacking. Also, also, you can even launch it. Okay, you can aim as oh, so even that sort of a thing can be picked up and used as a weapon. So yes, the game offers you very big variety of weaponry, even some very non-standard ones. As you saw before in the character selection screen, some characters are using really non-standard weapon types, such as Pillar, Cestus, Battle Shade, and so on. I mean, which else game offers you something like this? None at all. Or like Battle Whips. Okay, that's more like Castlevania, I think. Yes, Castlevania. There was a guy, the main guy. He did have a Battle Whip. But apart from that, that's something quite new as well.
Why were you so scared?
Okay, so she's trying to communicate with the beast that she claims is the protector of a town, which has suddenly gone mad. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. Oh, so it says quick slot number. Press 1 or 2 to use corresponding skill. Let's try 1. Oh, okay, so that was a stab. What is 2? 2 is a swing with a downward stab. It did look pretty effective. Dodging is really great. I'm gonna try some bit more serious combos. Oh, what? Jesus Christ! It is pretty strong thing, as it should be. Okay, is that it? What happened? It's bleeding. Oh no, no, it still keeps going. Okay, I suppose it is out of my reach now, so we're now just gonna watch what's gonna happen. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! This looks quite dangerous. Okay, so see the spears in the back of the beast. I suppose our guys are launching them from the bottom, from the ballist, and it looks like they got him. He's on the back. Oh no, and the bell is falling as well, right at him. Okay, so he's stomped down. He cannot move. Do I attack him? I suppose not. Okay, so all the way throughout the storyline, throughout the entire game, all 4 seasons, you get a lot of scenery going on, which is very, I would say, very advanced. It does remind of the old school games, such as Final Fantasy back in the day when they used to have one of the best like video sceneries in between the storyline moments, which were actually really exciting and good. At some point, you couldn't even believe that the game's actually going ahead, despite the looks of it, because it still did look like a video, but it was actually a game. So, yet here we can't move during the video; we just have to watch. Okay, so here is some sort of a bad guy. It looks like that. I don't know whether that's humanoid, just a lizard face or something like that. We're gonna find out, I suppose, soon enough. Okay, so it looks like that was the end of the prologue. And now we're gonna enter the actual map, the actual world of Vindictus. So T is trying to speak to us now about what happened, how she feels and all that sort of a thing. So we can even reselect hero. We're not gonna do that because we've made our choice. So we're gonna carry on. So it is all because of as our events all the time. It's basically it's from one event to another. Some of them might even overlap in each other. So it is full as it is even without that. So do not doubt, you will not get bored of it. You might face a problem which is called lack of the stats to access some specific instances which are required for the progress of the storyline. That is currently my issue with my main hero, which I'm not gonna advertise or go into that right now. Okay, so we can see we've got a little helper. We've got a helping line, dotted line, which tells us where to go. So this is the first town. So everything is actual human size, which is good. Yeah, so lots of paperwork over there. This is actually a marketplace. There's lots of paperwork. It looks like that, but once you actually approach it, the special marketplace window opens, and you can search all the items you need, or you can put something on sale with some commission, of course. Chariot to reach the next town. See, it's all this is unavailable for me at the moment. This is just Hot Springs notifications. You can see Hot Springs is because it is spring. Yes, the seasons are moving on accordingly to the actual time in the world, and time zones. Obviously, time zone is slightly differs from the actual one. It really depends on your original location. So as I said, if you can't launch the game, you can try Vinscribe VPN, which is free of charge. Gives you access to 10 gigs a week, which is really plenty, especially for this game. And so here it is. It tells that the story has the progress by speaking to this lady over there. So this is the mercenary outpost, and all of these guys are, I suppose, mercenaries or some sort of helpers. And there it is. I'm not gonna continue anymore with this tutorial today. All I wanted to say is the game is really great, full of content, and it has really a lot to offer. You see, if you see someone in such robe like this one before, like this player had one on, that means the player has not properly loaded yet. You have to wait a bit because of the character customization detail. It needs slightly more time to load all of the players around yourself. Also, depending on your graphical settings you've selected, yes, game is actually really beautiful if your computer can handle it. This one can. This one has NVIDIA GeForce TI 1080, I think, if I'm not wrong. So I wouldn't say it's now the high end, but it is slightly more advanced graphic card. So yes, it can handle pretty high graphics. Yet this is not the best it could be. So keep that in mind. Because most of the videos you can actually find on YouTube are quite limited in case of resolution, or the graphics have been downgraded inside of a game. Not just that the YouTube downgrades them itself, you know, after recording. So the game is actually far more beautiful than you can see it from the videos. Okay, there it is. This is enough for today. It does not let me go out into the docks to see what else is in there. No, actually lets me go there now. So there's another player. Channels. There is lots of different channels you can use. I'm not quite certain how the game really works in that case, but completely new set. Okay, with just a little loading time, because obviously, as you can imagine, channel 1 is the most popular one. So all these guys in the robes, we're still waiting for their details to be loaded, and to see what do they actually look like. And the looks are really amazing, I would say, in some cases. Inside of the instances, nothing like that really happens. So this vending machine, it is an event, and this is a hot tub. This is a hot tub where all of the players are being stripped off their actual battle armors, where only inside fashion armor counts. So you can see people have got all sorts of imaginations when it comes to the hot tubs. Why do we need to jump in a hot tub? It's because you can receive a very decent buffs from special so-called aromatic soaps. They've got many different grades, even up to the premium soap, which grants you a buff for 2 hours, and they are very pricey. And every single player will see the notification in the system chat. In the system chat, that someone's used a soap in some specific channel in some specific town. So we can't see any details at the moment because we're still in some sort of storyline which we have to pass apparently. Okay, so we can see even people doing even that kind of a thing. So there's lots of emotions in the game, lots of actions, lots of customizations, lots of greeting opportunities. Even voice chat is I don't remember at the moment how to turn the voice chat on, but yes, the game offers you even that. Yes, please do not doubt, the game is really beautiful and worth trying out. 100%. Yeah, some people are a little bit obese maybe. It's everyone's individual you know, individual look, the way they want to look. It's not necessarily yourself in real life, but here it is. Some are making the characters just to make them look fun, just to entertain everybody else around, which is highly appreciated as well. Okay, there's some inappropriate name over there on one of the characters, but the game is slightly sexualized, I would agree, but it's probably because it comes from Far East where that sort of a thing is inevitable. It's just everywhere, you know. And here it is. They do believe that that helps for the marketing, I guess. And so this is how it is. Yeah, with slight innocent approach. So this is how it looks. Yeah, communication is blooming really, and yes, yes, yes. There it is. There it is. Lots of content, lots of fun, lots of things to learn. But the most exciting and pleasant thing is that you do not have to learn your buttons too much, your keys. You do not need to change your key setup, key mapping too much, because the game is really user friendly. Really user friendly. Please do try it out. I'm gonna be recording another video very soon. A bit more insight into the skill and combat system. As you can see, there's lots of skills to upgrade, a lot of them. Yes, yes, yes. Okay then. This is it. I'm saying goodbye to all of you this time. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for following if you still do. Thanks for watching my videos. I promise there will be more. Maybe I'm gonna stream some with some of my main heroes because they can access far higher tier dungeons, which are far more exciting, and you can see the actual gameplay in there, and actual nowadays fun, you know. So I suppose game's pretty realistic and very beautifully made. Well done, Nexon. However, you really should consider some serious advertising. I mean, it is really not too late. It is not too late because lots of people have never heard of such a beautiful game, and how is it even possible? And now, within these terrific COVID times, people are really searching for new games to play because people have never had so much free time on hands as they do nowadays. So this is your chance. Please do not miss it out. Don't be silly. Right, that's all from me today. Goodbye, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully, have fun.